I took the strings off my guitar. Now I'm brushing the frets with a soft bristled toothbrush, and I have this Diodario sandpaper that you can buy on Amazon that just smooths out the frets, and it comes with a fret guard made of cardboard. I don't have the metal fret guards that you usually see, but this will do for now. So I just go over each fret with the paper, and it cleans it, and I don't think it really sands it much. It's such a fine grit paper. I wouldn't even call it sandpaper, but it cleans it pretty well, gets all the dirt and grime off of it. The next step is I'll put some Frine fret polish on it. I sped up the video about 1,000%. I was talking through the whole time, and it was just too long of a video, so I just decided to narrate it. So this is more of a me remembering how I do things, and if I ever need a reference, I could use this. Maybe it'll help you out too. So first of all, just take off all the strings and wipe down the frets with that Diodario, the blue. I think they're actually called M sheets, but you can buy them separately from not from Diodario. You can find M sheets on Amazon and maybe other places, I'm not sure, but usually get my stuff from Amazon, as does everyone else. And now, wiping down anything, and I'm just gonna put some of that Frine fret polish on it. And the Frine fret polish, it's okay to get it on your fretboard. Just make sure to wipe it off right away. No, I don't have the fret guards for it, but I used that cardboard, and it got soaked in the fret polish, so it's done. I can't use that anymore, so I'll have to get some fret guards. These have jumbo nickel frets. And I like all my guitars to have jumbo frets. I'm not sure what specific size they are, but jumbo seems to be what I like. And after this, the next step is I'll wipe it down after I get done, make sure there's no fret polish on the fretboard or on the frets, and then I'll apply the fretboard conditioner. I'm not too specific on what I use, just as long as it cleans it and feels good when I play. I don't live in a dry area. It's pretty humid, so if you live in a dry area, I'd recommend letting that fretboard conditioner soak in a little bit before you wipe off all the excess. And then after that, I usually check the screws in the bridge, the new bridge I replaced on this guitar with a better bridge, a Goto bridge. Now I just wipe off the body. These things get fingerprints all over them. Now, I'm not sure if I did here, but I usually check the 10 millimeter nuts on the tuning pegs to make sure they're tight. Not too tight though. You can crack your headstock if you tighten them too tight. Now when I put on the strings, I measure it a certain way where I just put my hand under the string so there's enough slack to get 2 to 3 winds on it, on the tuning post. And then I'll I'll the way I restring it is around the tuning post is I do the over-under method, so the excess that's coming out of the tuning peg, I'll go under and over so it kind of locks it in place. And I found that without a locking nut, stays in tune pretty good. So after I get all these strings on, I'll go ahead and stretch the strings out. I'll tune it and then stretch the strings out, and then play a little bit, do some bends, and I'll just maybe do some two-step bends. One step, just different places on the neck, and then check the tuning. And once it stays in tune after I do some pretty heavy bending, I'll tune it again, maybe stretch the strings out a little bit more, but if it stays in tune when you do those big bends, I think it's ready to go. So I don't think I need to replace the tuners on this guitar. I think they're fine. Sometimes when I go crazy and do a bunch of two-step bends or whatever, it may go out of tune a little bit, but just make sure that I wind the strings a certain way so it's a straight line through the nut to the bridge, so there's no break angle in the string at the nut, like on Gibson guitars and stuff like that. They have those break angles that give the G string a little bit of problems sometimes. I've never had a Les Paul, but I have had a headstock with the Les Paul style, and I never had any problems. Maybe it's just the Les Paul, but I'm not sure. I heard maybe you can wind the string up the tuning peg instead of down, and that might help, because it creates a different break angle at the neck or at the nut to the tuning peg. Right here, I couldn't remember where I put my tuner. You can see my audio interface I just picked up and put on the couch right there. That's what I use to record. That's what I'm using to record through my SM57 microphone right now. Stretch the strings and then finally get that thing in tune and then start playing. The longest part of this process is wiping down those frets with that fine grit paper. Just using the Frine fret polish, so after that, it's pretty easy. Just restring it and play, and you're good to go.